Marco Rubio, senator from Florida, circulates the tweet about Ralph Warnock saying you cannot serve God in the military. I assume you have heard this. If you haven't heard it, I will make sure that you hear it. This is Raphael Warnock. You know, he used to go by Ralph. Now it's Raphael, and you're a racist if you say Ralph. Raphael Warnock.
America, nobody can serve God and the military. You can't serve God and money. You cannot serve God and mammon at the same time. America, choose ye this day whom you will serve.
So Marco Rubio tweets out, not shocked, Georgia Democrat Senate candidate Raphael Warnock says you cannot serve God and the military at the same time. These and every even crazier things is what the radicals who control the Democratic Party's activists and small donor base believe. So Kyle Griffin, journalist at MSNBC, the senator is using hyperbolic language to sensationalize a standard Christian take on the concept of serving two masters. Wes Lowry used to be, he's at CBS News now, used to be at the Washington Post, I think. This is extremely standard Christian rhetoric about serving two masters. No, it's not. No, it's not. You can't serve the military and God. That's not standard Christian rhetoric. That's not a standard Christian take. But notice you've got two journalists, blue check marks, from separate media organizations using the exact same line about standard rhetoric. Standard rhetoric. I wonder if there's some level of coordinated defense going on for Ralph Warnock with the media out there. I suspect so. And notice how the media is not digging into John Ossoff. So reporting came out that John Ossoff actually does have ties to the communist Chinese. John Ossoff got money from a group in Hong Kong that is opposed to the Hong Kong democracy movement and opposed to freedom in Hong Kong. This group is tied to the Communist Chinese Party. John Ossoff did not initially disclose it. He had to file an amended disclosure for which he really didn't say anything. He didn't want to attract any attention. And turns out all the claims David Perdue made about him being tied to the Communist Chinese were true. He's also tied to Osama bin Laden's favorite TV network, Al Jazeera. And the media is giving him a pass. You know, the most remarkable thing is you hang out with any of these blue check marks on Twitter and you ask them, John Ossoff's a journalist. What has John Ossoff done? None of them know. It's because he really hasn't done anything. John Ossoff really has overinflated his resume, and the media is covering for him. And the reason the media is covering for him is because John Ossoff is a trust fund socialist who is deeply progressive and is trying to hide that level of progressivism. He does not want to be exposed right now, and the media companies out there of America, their journalists, are protecting him just like they are Raphael Warnock, because so much of the media is in the tank for the Democrats and does want them to get the Senate. It is no wonder. I mean, all the journalists out there who are blasting Republicans for not trusting the election or trusting democracy, well, of course not. Look at what you people are doing. While I myself disagree that Joe Biden had this election stolen for him, I do not blame people for thinking otherwise, because you really can't trust the partisan hacks who masquerade as some sort of objective journalists out there doing all of the cover they possibly can for people like Warnock, claiming, oh, this is just standard stuff. Or Ossoff, who hasn't done anything other than get money from the communist Chinese. It's actually somewhat humorous, after 4 years of them worrying about the Russians stealing the election, to suddenly give a pass to someone who collected money from the Chinese, particularly a guy who claims to be an investigative journalist whose work helped expose dictators and authoritarian regimes, taking money from an organization in Hong Kong that supports a dictatorial authoritarian regime. No, none of the blue check marks want to call BS on this. None of them want to call hypocrisy on this. The guy says he exposes government fraud, government hackery, authoritarian regimes, and brings down tyrants. And he's taken money from the people in Hong Kong who are opposed to the democracy movement. He's taken money from people in Hong Kong who support the communist regime that is running concentration camps in China. He's getting money from a Communist Party affiliated organization that props up the Chinese Communist Party's party line, and no one in the media wants to call him on it. How can you blame anyone for questioning the election?